It's an Eastern Conference battle here at the Air Canada Centre in downtown Toronto. Their home court advantage. There's no better time of year for NBA basketball on 2K Sports. Welcome, everyone. This is Kevin Harlan, and here with me tonight, Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke reporting from the sideline. Taking a look at New York. They've been playing very well lately. It's been 4 wins for them in their last 5 games.
It's go time. Now, these are two teams whose rivalry goes way back, and anytime they renew it, the fans, as well as all that are involved, are going to be in for a treat.
I like that. Go time. That's a good way to put it. I mean, this will be a testy encounter between these two. The build-up to the game has been extremely intense. I think everybody's expecting some kind of volatility to erupt on the floor today.
All right, let's set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. And New York looking at who they've got. Johnson in at shooting guard. Anthony is out there with Porzingis. Then there's Kyle O'Quinn and it's Sessions in at the point guard. And so here is New York after the Raptors pick up 2. A shot by Johnson, no good.
Good pick, but he just couldn't make it count.
Yeah, nice job of setting the screen by his teammate there, and I'm sure he appreciated it.
Now here's Johnson. A 20-point game for him in the win against Oklahoma City. It's good for his second make. He's made 2 of 3 so far.
I tell you what, guys, it's going to be a tough day on this defense if he's got the A game rolling tonight.
Here's Lowry. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Washington.
And don't forget his unbelievable steal total in that game. I mean, almost to the point they didn't want to bring the ball up the floor.
Here's Powell. That's tipped. Johnson with it. Just about 2 minutes into the game. First quarter of basketball. The high post shot. No good. And Toronto will come the other way. Defeated by the Wizards in their last game. They'll try to put that one behind them.
Probably their poorest defensive effort all season long. I mean, at home, that kind of D is not going to cut it. Never mind when you're on the road.
Hey, I don't know, guys. This may be all speculation. Perhaps they had a bad flight into town the night before, and we all know a rough flight in can lead to turbulence on the court.
First trip to the line for him here.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
And you know, with those numbers, he makes a defender hesitant to get too tight on him. I mean, he doesn't want to get whistled for the foul and put this guy on the line.
That one is no good. Toronto, they've gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Carroll passes to Lowry. Knocks it loose. It's stolen by Johnson. And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. Off the screen. That's good on the jump shot. Johnson's got 7 points in the game.
Shots are just flowing from him right now, having a really strong quarter.
Powell inside. He's guarded by Johnson. Here's Patterson. The three-pointer, no good. The Knicks with the lead. Johnson attacking. Tries it from 19. Can't get it to go. And Toronto will come the other way. And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. Powell kicks to Lowry. That's good.
Defensively, that possession better not start a trend because they just handed him 2 points.
Johnson outside. Hits the front of the rim and out.
Almost no chance of that shot going in.
Yeah, there were a lot of other places he could have gone with the basketball instead of forcing that shot up.
Lowry drives in. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Lowry's got 6.
I'll tell you what, the defenders didn't even get a sniff of him on that move to the hoop.
Johnson up top. He has 7. The top of the key jumper is on the mark.
He presents a defender with a serious challenge, always.
The Raptors have gone 5 of 8 from the field, shooting over 62%. Oh, and here comes Johnson all alone. O'Quinn dishes to Carmelo. Fires it up. Johnson can't get it to go. Raptors with the lead. Here's Powell. Finish for him.
That's a quick bucket there. Solid in transition.
Well, you know, he loves the chance to get out and run, and we could see right there why he does.
Now here's Johnson. He's got 9. Here's O'Quinn, and it's Lowry with the rebound.
And this is why you need good defenders on the interior to contest shots.
Yeah, Greg, making every shot a hard one, even the shots in close.
And so it looks like the Raptors will retain possession here.
Hold on, what?
Out to the right wing. Shot clock at 5. Lots of room. Bounces high off the rim and drops. Lowry's got 8 points.
And that keeps him perfect from the field this quarter.
Johnson outside. Fires top of the key. Count it. Number 5 from the floor this game. He's now 5 of 11.
He's really stepped it up this quarter. Looks like he's determined to get them out of this hole all by himself.
And while we've got a chance, let's check out the stats for Sessions. Averaging about 7 points, 5 assists, and 3 rebounds. No question, he's a guy with some talent. But honestly, even he'd like to see those numbers improve.
And all indications are that he's been working hard on his game. It just hasn't shown up in the box score yet.
And Toronto making a change here. Joseph's checked in. Lopez, he's checked in for New York. Flalo comes in for Porzingis. Knicks trail by 6. Johnson outside. Rebounded by Valanciunas.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Yeah, I like the way they're setting the tone. Really playing with a lot of energy here at the start.
Terrence Ross is checked in for MyCareer. The Raptors shooting their first free throw attempt on the night. And so here is New York. They want to keep rolling here following the win against the Thunder.
And really the signature of that game was what they were able to do from a defensive standpoint, particularly on the low post.
Yeah, and they were up in the air an awful lot in that paint area, getting their hands on shots, a lot of them, but if they didn't block them or touch them, they actually changed them.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
And the foul called on Freak. That's his first foul. And Toronto making a change here. White's checked in. Jones checked in for New York. Smith comes in for Sessions. And Wright kicks to Joseph. They get a hand on it. It's stolen by Johnson. Oh! Ho, ho! Raptors leading by 7. Wright with it, and it's Johnson picking him up. Feeds it to Valanciunas. The fader. Shot is off, and New York will come the other way. Last time they met in New York.
A huge margin of victory for them when these two teams squared off last, and they got scoring from up and down their lineup.
Yeah, the reserves, the guys coming off the bench, Greg, made their presence felt. And, of course, with their big lead, they were able to give the bench a lot of run.
Here's Johnson after the Raptors pick up 2. Fires at the elbow. Not enough on that one as it misses.
That's exactly how you have to defend him. He's a guy that the D needs to be aware of at all times.
Ball's knocked loose and taken away by Johnson.
Move the ball. Stick it to him.
Trying to break that ice-cold streak.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Misses off the right iron.
And you know what? He's just not on his game, no doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team.
And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Jones. Tipped away. Joseph, the pass to Wright, doubled by Smith. And pushing it up. Here's New York. Johnson's got the ball. Shot from 16. Again, Johnson missing.
Can't get anything to drop. I mean, the way he's going, it's probably not something he should try and shoot his way out of.
Well, they say you should shoot your way out of it, but his teammates probably have other thoughts in mind. The last thing they want to see him doing is continuing to cast that jumper up.
And he's clearly led the way offensively. The question is, can they ride him and get back into it?
Johnson over to help. Here's Joseph. Here's Patterson. Now in the scoring column with that deuce. 1 for 2 this game.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Yeah, sensational is a really good word for it, Greg. They're tearing it up on the glass.
And now we have a chance to check out Freak here. A wonderful string of games he's put together here lately. First in scoring, first in steals, and he's among the top 15 in rebounding. Just a powerful presence in the paint.
And I tell you what, his scoring abilities are almost otherworldly. I mean, no one's been able to slow him down or even come close.
Toronto leading by 7. We're at the break in the action. Let's show you the teams that have been making their opponents work especially hard over the past 10 games. Number 1, the Knicks.
I mean, they've been impressive on the defensive end, and they may have caught a few teams on off nights, but you've got to give them credit. They've made scoring a chore when you look at their opponents.
And the basket good. Patterson's got his second basket of the night.
Everything going according to the script for them offensively so far.
Clark, shots be falling. That's for sure. They're scoring with a tremendous amount of confidence.
You went straight playground old school there, partner.
Now here's Wright. Following the miss by Freak. Wright dishes to Patterson. Johnson with the block. Oh, and here comes Johnson all alone.
Oh, nasty.
Oh, nasty.
Yet.
Woo. You have got to be kidding me.
Clark, talk about taking things into your own hands.
I tell you what, that's one of those plays where you want to get credit for not only the bucket, but also the assist. Even double team, he had the vision to see the open man.
Knicks trail by 9. Pulls from the top of the key. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him.
You have to be disciplined on defense, Kevin. Biting on every pump fake isn't going to get it done.
Johnson over to help. Ross kicks to Joseph. Dishes to Patterson. And a fast break now for New York. And the slam dunk by Johnson. Right outside. Here's Valanciunas, and no good trying to get that one. And we reached the end of the first quarter. Raptors lead by 5. The second quarter coming up right after this break, so don't go anywhere. Before the game, Carmelo Anthony talked about how he prepares himself mentally to carry this team.
It's easy. It's basketball.
Well, you don't hear too many players, Greg, saying it's easy and they're not too concerned.
Yeah. possibly winning basketball games. But I have a feeling he's more concerned than he talks about, and when he says it's easy. It may be for him, but it sure didn't look easy for the Knicks last season.
All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. What do you guys think about the Raptors here in this one?
You always like it when your team doesn't settle for outside shots, and that's been the case here early on.
Yeah, I agree with you. They've done a nice job, Greg, working it low and not taking the easy way out on offense, keeping that pressure on the defense by going inside.
Here are the 5 New York has to start here in the second. Johnson, he's in at shooting guard. Porzingis is out there with Anthony. Then it's Smith, and it's Lopez in at the 5 spot. Now let's send it to Doris from the sideline.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Thunder looked really strong. He had 20 points, and along with what he did on the offensive end, he also played some stellar defense as well. This was the latest chapter in what has been a stretch of very good outings for him. Will we see another one tonight, Kevin?